Greetings, ghouls, and welcome back to another talk about spooky television. Tonight we're discussing a really strong episode of The Hitchhiker titled Secret Ingredient. This one's a blast, and if you enjoy the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. After the snazzy intro, we meet our main character, Chris Taylor. He's played by Dean Paul Martin, son of Rat Pack member Dean Martin. This episode was one of his last performances before dying in a jet plane accident in the San Bernardino Mountains the same year the episode aired, killing him at just age 35. In this episode, he's an obnoxious salesman peddling fitness powder in a pyramid scheme and will do anything to remain the number one seller in his district, even if that requires crossing everyone in his path. After he pushes more product on a very uninterested mother, he scrams to make his next appointment. He goes to a bar and meets Cheryl, one of the people he distributes to. They happen to have a few special nights together, but these days Cheryl is repulsed by the sight of him. Cheryl tells Chris that she's met with the people from Fit Forever and she's buying the product directly from them in the future, successfully cutting Chris out of her profits. She's finally free of Chris and his shenanigans, but Chris is heated. Cheryl goes into the other room to answer a ringing telephone, which gives Chris more than enough time to go through her bag and take a look at her address book for new leads. While saying goodbye, he's very nasty to her, before heading off to his next stop. He goes to a nice retirement home to meet with some of Cheryl's leads. He swindles her out of a lot of money, nearly $5,000, practically all that she has. He promises her that she can make thousands if she buys the distributor package. He reduces his asking price to $4,000, and reluctantly, the nice lady agrees and begins writing him a check. He's scored, and when he stands up, he spots a gorgeous woman visiting with another lady. He's wowed by her looks, and once Mrs. Klein hands him the check, he dashes off, disregarding her wishes to stay for tea and cookies. He gets in his car and quickly pursues the pretty lady all the way to her house. She has a sign in her back window that reads Scorpio on board, so she's one of those. She exits her car and enters the house. He looks in her mailbox and finds a letter addressed to Belinda Hascombe. He walks right through her house to the back where she is. He tells her that he's there to sell her some Fit Forever products. She entertains his whole shtick for a while, but guesses his astrological sign, a Leo. And she's spot on. Again, he tries to get Belinda on the Fit Forever train, hoping she will buy his package. He promises her that he will help her through every step of the way and not to worry about a thing. Step 1. They'll throw a party and invite all of her friends. Belinda agrees. She'll just have to check her star chart first. He thinks this is great, so he goes to his suitcase, and that's when he realizes he's missing his address book with all of the checks in it. He nearly sprints as he rushes back to the retirement home to meet with Mrs. Klein. To his surprise, his book is in the possession of his enemy. She went through the books and took all of his leads and all of the contacts. She plays him for the fool that he is, and he's in shock. He can't believe it. He runs back to Belinda's house, but before he hits the driveway, he sees her driving away. Belinda tells him that she's going to be right back. Go in and make yourself comfortable. And that's exactly what he does. He goes inside and he meets her roommate, Elizabeth, one of the more fun characters in this episode. Brilliantly played by Tamara Mark. She's starving and asks him if there's anything to eat in those boxes that he carried in. They mix themselves up some of the Forever Fit. She tastes some and it's pretty disappointing. She spills it down the drain. Chris asks her a few questions. She plays him hot, but then icy cold.
Massage.
If you want to touch me, don't use some lame excuse, just do it.
That's all the convincing he needs. Belinda gets home and smirks when she sees what's going on. She turns on the water in the sink, alerting Chris that she's home. He's surprised that Belinda isn't mad or jealous. She's happy, if anything. Belinda tells him that it's all good. It's time to party. About 10 or 11 women come to the party, and it seems like a great time. Everyone is having a blast, especially Chris.
This is truly a great party.
He's sweating like he's nearing heat exhaustion. He sees Elizabeth take off her clothes and enters the hot tub. He strips down and joins her. She starts pouring the Fit Forever into the tub as she lets out a crackling, witchy laugh.
Hey, I mean, it's Fit Forever, you know? I mean, what the hell? We gotta use it all up, huh? Hey, Belinda, babe, come on in.
It is as it's always been. From a woman you were born into this world, and by women you were born into this circle.
What are you guys doing? It's a joke, right? It's so strange. Sherry?
We banish you. We banish you.
Cheryl, the waitress from before, appears, and things get very witchy.
Alright, that's it. I'm not taking any more of this shit.
They slice him on the face with their witch claw. Whoa.
Better luck next lifetime. Better luck next lifetime. Better luck next lifetime.
And our salesman friend is a goner, dead via witchcraft. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoy a good witch story. This one hit all of my marks, and I can gladly give this episode a 10 out of 10 for HBO's The Hitchhiker. I want creepy witch stories to make a comeback. This one was really good. The direction this story was heading wasn't overly noticeable, but when we are introduced to Elizabeth, there's certainly some red flags that hint in the direction that they're witches. Anywho, this one definitely tickled my fancy, but I have a strange taste, so you let me know what you think in the comments. Do you too love a witch tale? All likes, comments, and subscriptions help my channel reach a wider audience, and I'd really appreciate it. I'd also like to thank my patrons. If you'd like to help the channel out with just a few bucks a month, I'd very much appreciate that as well. I'll leave a link to my Patreon down in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay spooky.